I got good confidence, so I'm gonna get into it, stop rambling, because you don't want to hear my voice anymore. Hold on, 150, 200, 300. Okay, a bit of a blow. Oh, still too hot.
It's hard for me to say you love.
Ready? Yeah, okay. So today I am going to be baking for you guys. I'm just having my morning coffee, so I thought I'd do a cool little transition into me getting ready for the morning to bake. It is Tuesday today and I haven't got any treats left over from my baking or cooking last week, so I decided to rustle something up this morning because I bought some rhubarb in my weekly shop last week and I wanted to use it up in something, so I'm going to make a bit of a crumble. So stay tuned to see what I make, and I'm going to get ready. Okay, that's a slight bit better. I'm still in my hoodie because I'm living in hoodies right now during coronavirus. I swapped up my glasses because I wanted a bit of a change. I have a couple of pairs that I change personalities when I change my glasses. So this is what I'm wearing today. Black hoodie, leggings. Ugh, that didn't really work. Let me try again. So black hoodie, these leggings from Sarah's Day activewear collection, and of course just some little sliders. So I'm going to cook a rhubarb, raspberry and almond crumble. I'm going to try and make the topping a little bit healthier. I've wrote down a bit of a recipe, but I've not made it before, so I'm gonna wing it a little bit, just kind of go with the flow. But rhubarb is quite sour, and I've added the raspberries in to kind of make it a bit sweeter so I don't have to add as much sugar into the recipe. But because the weather's got, I wouldn't say colder, but a little bit more dull and dreary, what's better in the evening than a crumble with some yogurt or ice cream and a cup of tea, or after lunch, or any time of the day. Have it for breakfast if you want. But yes, I have got my ingredients laid out here, so I just took them out the press to leave them sitting, so I had them ready, but I haven't weighed them out or anything. So I'm going to get cracking, and I hope you enjoy it. I haven't done just a cooking video yet, so this will be interesting. I'm sure I will talk a lot of randomness during this, but yeah, it's a good day's video. It's a good day to do a little bit of cooking. Love a bit of cooking. It's gonna be weird not being able to play my music while I'm cooking though, because I love playing my music, but copyright and all that stuff. So yes, I'm going to get on with the baking. So I have laid my ingredients out here. So I got this rhubarb in my weekly shop this week because I like to get at least one new kind of ingredient in a weekly shop that I don't use all the time to try to do something a bit different. So I got this rhubarb and it was just already fresh and looked really yummy, so I decided to go for that. I'm going to put a bit of ginger in with it as well, some butter, but you can swap this out for coconut oil or any other oil really for your topping. It's just to crumble in with the oats and the flour. And I've got some flaked almonds that I'm going to put in the topping. I'm going to do a mixture of flaked and just kind of chopped whole almonds. I've got some oats. I've got another bag in the cupboard. I'll probably need to top that up. Some coconut sugar and some castor sugar. The coconut sugar is a lot more of a caramelly kind of flavor, but I think the castor sugar browns nicer on the top of like crumbles and stuff, so I'm going to use some of that as well, and some vanilla essence. The raspberries are in the freezer, so I'm not going to take them out till I'm putting them into the mixture. But yes, that is all we're going to need for this recipe, so let's get into it. Right, so I had wrote my recipe out on my little notebook before I started filming this. So if you want to take note of the measurements of stuff you need beforehand, I will write it down below so that you can just see the recipe as well. I will link my Instagram if you want to follow that, because I share a lot more on there cooking wise and recipe wise than I do on my YouTube, but I'm hoping to do more cooking videos. So if you want to follow that, I will link it. And yeah, so I'm going to get into it and stop rambling because you don't want to hear my voice anymore. Okay, so I'm just going to get I need to stop doing this. So I'm just going to get my equipment. So you'll need a knife, a chopping board, 2 bowls and a weighing scale. So I'm going to get them from the cupboard. I I forgot I have this cute little recipe stand, so I'm going to leave my notebook sitting on this. I leave it in the cupboard because I don't use it very often, but I just went in to get the equipment and I forgot I had it. So my little recipe book on here, well, my notebook that I wrote it on for a nice little kind of perch. Oh, that makes it so much easier. Okay, so chopping board, grater. I didn't say grater before, for the ginger. Nice sharp knife. Spoon. Might need a spoon, possibly. We'll see. And weighing scales. I've got a little bowl to kind of measure stuff out on the measuring scales, and then a big bowl to whip it all up in. And of course, a little casserole dish or a baking dish of any kind really. I'm going to leave this over here for now, and also preheat your oven to 190 degrees Celsius. So I think that's all we really need for this, I think. So I'm going to get cracking. So first I'm going to take these elastics off the rhubarb, chop off the ends and give it a bit of a wash. That one's a wee bit limp. I meant to film this the other day. I bought this 3 days ago. Might just chop that complete end off. That's so disgusting. Ew. So I'll just chop, I might just put that bit in the bin. It's a wee bit floppy altogether. I don't know why, that bit might have been like crushed in the fridge, so it's gone wilted. But yeah, I'm just gonna use these bits. So I've got four stalks of rhubarb. Haven't weighed them, don't really know what weight they are, but around 4 stalks. I'm gonna pop these bits in the bin and then give it a wash. Okay, so that is the rhubarb washed, and I'm just gonna dice it into kind of centimeter chunks, or a little bit smaller, depends how you want it, but it'll stew down anyway in the liquid that it cooks in, so any size chunk is fine really. These are long, it takes a lot of chopping. So I'm just going to plonk all that in there and spread it out. Could probably have a smaller dish, like a smaller, no, that'll be fine actually. I was just thinking if it was a little bit smaller then it might make nicer. No, ignore me, I'm just like, I think out loud a lot of the time, but I'm sure we'll get used to that with these videos because I think out loud. So I gotta just talk, ramble to myself. So I've just popped all that in. I'm just gonna like flatten it and make sure it's evenly spread. I'm gonna pop the raspberries in now as well so that they can just kind of get all syrupy and start melting a wee bit in there. So I've got them in the freezer. I'm just gonna pop my scales on and see how many is in this bag. I'll probably use the whole bag, but I'm just gonna kind of weigh to see how much is in there. Oh no, I'd like to save some. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to use about 200 grams of frozen raspberries. 199, but let's say 200. So 200 grams of frozen raspberries. I'm going to pop them in there as well. I'm just going to sprinkle them along nicely. Oh, this is going to be so yummy. I'm just imagining the syrupy, crumbly goodness. So good. So I'm going to just wipe this bowl out in the sink so the raspberry bits are gone. I'm going to chop up a few of these almonds and put them into the dish with the raspberry and the rhubarb as well. So I'm going to put about 20 grams. No, that's not enough. 50? Yes. I'm going to put 50 grams of almonds into the dish with the rhubarb and the raspberry as well. I'll this up a bit because I feel like my head's cut out the frame a wee bit. That's better. That's better. I think the framing has changed a lot during this video, but anyways. So I have weighed out 50 grams of whole almonds and I'm just going to chop them. So I'm just going to pour them into the mixture with the rhubarb and the raspberries. So I'm just going to spread it out nicely. So this is what we're looking like now. So for the topping, we are going to need 100 gram of oats. Any type of oats are fine. If you're gluten-free oats. I'm using a mixture of these two sugars, so I'm going to do 25 grams and 25 grams, but if you just have one type or prefer a different type of sugar, you can use whatever type of sugar that you like. And then 150 grams of flour. So the flour that I have in my cupboard is wholemeal spelt flour, so I'm going to use that. But if you have plain flour, coconut flour, I also have coconut flour, but I just don't really want to use it for this. I'd rather like a more meaty flour, does that make sense? Like something that has a bit more to it. So I'm going to use this wholemeal spelt flour and 100 grams of butter. So I left my butter out. I keep it in the fridge, but I left it out about an hour ago when I was preheating the oven and getting ready for this video. So it's kind of room temperature now, so it's semi-hard, semi-soft. So that's the perfect thing for making the little crumbly bits. But if you are vegan or dairy-free or any of them things, you can use coconut oil, any other type of oil that you prefer. If you prefer olive oil, rapeseed oil, coconut oil, MCT oil, anything that you like to use, you can use for this. It's just kind of crumble. I'd say that butter is the best just to make the crumbly bits, but if you use coconut oil, it'll just mean that it's more like liquidy and melty, but it'll still make it nice and crispy on the top. So I think that's all we need. We're also going to just pop in some flaked almonds into the topping as well, but we'll take that as we come. Oh, I forgot to put the ginger in. Okay, rewind. Great. About half a thumb's piece of ginger into the rhubarb raspberry thing we've got going on in the dish. I forgot that part. I'm sorry. I'm the worst. Cook along with me, but we're gonna go for it. Skin. So first I'm gonna chop off the skin of the ginger, just roughly, so it's not got any kind of hard bits in. And I'm just gonna grate it. I'm gonna use this one, so like the middle size. So I'm gonna grate in the ginger. I'm gonna mix this all around after, so don't worry. It's just easier. It saves less dishes if you kind of do it all into the thing you're going to be cooking in. You don't have to wash up as much, which that's what I like, you know. The less you have to wash up, the better at the end of cooking. Like, cooking's fun and all, but the dishes are definitely the worst part, because I don't use a dishwasher, so anything that I use is hand washed. Especially when you paint your nails as well. When you're not getting your nails done with everything that's going on at the minute with coronavirus, your nail polish just comes off, and then you're wasting all your nail polish. So my camera decided to be rude there and cut off for like a couple of minutes, so I am hoping that this is still hasn't cut out too much, but I don't think it did. I think it just cut off when, sorry, my bad. I think it just cut off when I was like doing stuff, so that's fine. But last thing we did was grated the ginger into the mixture, so I think we're up to date. So we're gonna make the topping now. And also, while my camera was dead, I went into the fridge just to see if there was anything else I could put in this to make it a wee bit, you know, but there wasn't, except there was I forgot we had Flora, what would you call it, spread, and this is definitely a healthier option instead of whole cow's butter, because it is made from plant sterols, and it is, this one is 100% plant goodness, plant oils, so sunflower, rapeseed and linseed, water, salt, plant-based emulsifiers, vinegar, natural flavorings and vitamin A. And then our plain butter is obviously just cream and salt. So each one has their, you know, this one tastes nicer in my opinion. Studying nutrition, so I should be like, yes, use the plant spread. And this one is definitely healthier for your heart and healthier overall. I'm going to make my decision in a few minutes of which one I'm going to use. I might do 50-50 to like mix it up, make it like a little bit healthier but not real healthy. Well, that's what my channel is about. Internal battle going on here.
One eternity later.
Beautiful. Right, so we are going with the Flora spread. instead of the normal butter. So I'm going to move this dish up here, and we're going to start weighing out our ingredients and placing them into this plastic bowl. So 100 grams of oats. Let's go. I'm hoping I have enough lid enough to refill. Oh, perfect. Well, that's 103. 150 grams of sugar. So as I said before, we are going to use 25 grams of coconut sugar. I'm just pouring this all into the same like bowl. So if you want to do the math, if not, just pour it into the big bowl and then carry on. Okay, so 25. It's pretty easy. It's just 125. It's probably easier to use a spoon, to be perfectly honest, but here we are. Another 25 grams of caster sugar. So 150 we're looking to get to. This one's easier because it's like finer to pour. And then 150 grams. This looks like it's going to be a lot of topping. I might have overestimated. So 150 grams. What's that on? 150. 200, 300. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to mix this as I go and see if I think that that's, you know, well, it's quite a big dish actually. And let's see, keep going. 280. Yeah, that'll be fine because we're going to be mixing it with the butter anyway. Okay, 300. I'm going to actually add a little bit of cinnamon in as well to the topping. Kind of to preference, like however much cinnamon you want. I love cinnamon, so I'm going to add in about 2 teaspoons. That's me eyeballing. 2 teaspoons. Looks like 2 teaspoons. 2 teaspoons. And I'm going to pour all of this yumminess. Cinnamon smells so good. I'm going to pour all of this into my big bowl. Mine looks like this so far. Then I'm going to add in 100 grams of flora. I'm going to use a spoon for that because I can't really. If there's 100 grams here, I didn't even check. There might not even be 100 grams. So if there's not 100 grams, we're going to have to use a bit of both. 61. Might just have 100. 82. 97. Oh my god, this is going to be bang on 100. Is there anything more satisfying than that? Literally bang on 100. Crumble the butter into the mixture. If you've ever done home economics, you will know what I mean. Crumbles are the epitome of what I remember from home economics in secondary school. So we're going to kind of put the butter into the flour mixture and then crumble. Try not to handle it too heavily because you will melt it and it won't be as crumbly. So that's why you want cold or room temperature butter. A lot of people say cold, but I find it too hard to work with when it's cold, so I like it being room temperature. But that just came out of the fridge because it's a spread. They're not like rock solid anyway. Pop the butter in. Can't say that I love the feeling of the butter and floury stuff in my hands, but you know, we're doing what we've got to do. Ooh, because it gets all like but I do love baking, so I don't really mind. So crumble, crumble, crumble. I'll probably speed this up because this will take a while to get right, but I will show you the consistency of it once it is done. This smells so good, even though it's only butter, sugar, and cinnamon. It smells so good. Always want to make sure you've got enough crumble. There is nothing worse than someone giving you a crumble that has like half a centimeter of crumble. Like, the crumble is the best part. So I might be the only one that thinks that. The crumble is the best part, and on a cheesecake, the base is the best part. Both those things are personal preference, but in my opinion, that's what I like. You'll know when it's getting to the point of being ready because it'll easily come off your hands and it won't be like it was before. There'll still be a bit on it, but I think that's pretty good. So I don't want to handle it too much, so we'll leave it there. I'm just going to wash my hands before I add in the rest of the bit. Make sure you get it out from all under the nails, girlies. Beautiful. Okay, so this is what the mixture looks like now that we have crumbled the sugar and butter all in together. So it's nice and crumbly, as you can see. It's not too clumpy. There's just little clumps that are going to be nice and delicious little clusters. Now we're going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla, just to give it a little bit of different, you know. I love vanilla. So 1 teaspoon goes in there. Right, so now, oops, my heart went. Moving on. I thought of something that might go nice in that crumble, in like the mixture. Thinking of adding a little bit of to it in a minute. But first, we're gonna add in some flaked almonds. So we'll weigh these again, just so I can kind of give you guys a rough idea. It's better to weigh it, because then if I'm posting it, that's the thing, like now that I've got my Instagram where I post all my recipes, I find it so hard because I wing it a lot of the time. When I'm posting them, it's like you need to have the grams, so I write it down as I'm going and I try to remember. I normally do it in like spoons and that, because it's just easier, and then I taste as I go and then add more bits in. But for the purposes of this video, I think with bacon it needs to be in grams. So I'm looking at that mixture, I'm thinking in it I'm going to add about 15 grams, and then I'm gonna sprinkle some on the top when it is. Why did I didn't clean that bowl. I'm gonna have to scoop it out. See, it's all going in the same thing anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So 15 grams into the mixture. I'm gonna just mix that with a spoon. Perfect. Okay, so the thing I'm thinking of doing, I was just looking at it and I was like, do you know what would go nice in that? But I don't know if I'm just imagining that, because I've never put it in a crumble before. But I'm thinking a little squeeze of half a lemon might go quite nice when we do it. I think so. Like, too much can go wrong. Like, if it doesn't taste good, I will make sure to tell you guys at the end of this video once I taste it, and then you just don't add it. But this is what cooking's about, like experimentation, adding things in, being like, ooh, add a little bit of that, add a little bit of that, you know. So I'm gonna get some lemon and like squeeze. So look at that water catch. I've got no coordination, but oh, I kind of want to get 3 lemons and try to lick. I got too confident. So we're gonna chop the lemon in half and pick out the seeds. I'm gonna just put them in this little bowl. I have weird habits, so I like kind of stab it like this to kind of get the juices going, you know, and make sure there's no like big seeds in it, because I don't have a lemon juicer right now. I do have one, but just not in this house. Okay, so I poke it to kind of get the thing. A lot of people roll it before they use it as well. I used to do that, but I forgot. Oh, I nearly put it in there. Right, so I'm gonna squeeze in half a lemon. So, pop that in the bin. Before I mix it all up, I'm gonna get a flat tablespoon of caster sugar and kind of just sprinkle it over the crumble. I don't know if I'll need the whole thing. Let me see. Yeah, so 1 flat tablespoon of sugar of your choice onto the crumble. I'm going to add in the delicious topping. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I'm going to just spoon on and kind of sprinkle as I go. Probably could have done with more like base, but it'll still be good. The bottom will reduce, but okay. It's definitely enough crumble topping, and that's all we want really. Just to make sure everything is covered and nice and evenly, and that every slice will have the right amount of crumble. So this is our crumble now. I don't even think, I was going to put some more flaked almonds onto the top, but I don't even think we need some. So I'm going to pop this into the oven now, and I will show you guys what it is like once it is done. So my 30-minute timer has just gone off, so I've took my crumble out of the oven, and I'm going to show it to you guys. It looks delicious, and I'm going to put a little bit in a bowl and do a taste test for you guys, so I can let you know what it tastes like. This is the crumble out of the oven. It looks absolutely delicious. I might just actually try a bit here for you guys because I'm not ready for like a whole bowl yet. Okay, so the moment of truth, I'm going to give it a little bit of blow. A little bit of a blow. Oh, it's still too hot. Do 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 do. Ready? Yeah, okay. A little bit hot. That's so good. The almonds. It is like the perfect mixture. Do you know when a crumble can be too sweet sometimes? It's like the perfect mixture between a sweet and sour, not too soft, like it's got the crunchy whole almonds in the actual mixture itself. But if I do say so myself, that was delicious. So make sure you check this recipe out, and if you check it out, make sure you try out this recipe, and if you do try it out, tag me in Instagram and let me know what you think. If you enjoyed it, what you had it with, tag me in your photos if you do try it. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. My next video, I'm actually filming another one now, is going to be banana, peanut butter, flaxseed muffins with chocolate and peanut butter filling. So if that sounds like something you would like, subscribe to this channel to see it when I post it, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone. I'm gonna go eat a big bowl of this crumble. Mwah!